Okay, in this video we're going to have a look at the center marker options on the Panasonic GH6, and again this works across quite a lot of the Lumix cameras. It's not specific to this camera, and it's sort of quite an overlooked little feature, but it can be quite useful. So I'm just going to leave the lens cap on the camera so you can kind of see everything on the screen clearly, if I can get a focus on there. And what we'll do is, at the moment, as you can see, we don't have any of the on-screen options on. So we've got the focus where we sort of went through it in the on-screen tools video, but you can just snap that back to center. So at the moment we really know where the center is because it's inside that focus area at the moment. Or if we have on something like the if I just move that away actually so it's not in the center, you get a rough idea of the center is if you're using the level gauge, which again we covered in another video which I'll link. But yeah, so if you've got the level gauge on, it's not such a big deal. If you're using the photo guides, again in another video I'll just link all these things. If you're doing the photo guides, it's not as big a deal because you've got the guides that cross over in the middle, so you know where your center spot is. But there are a few instances where you actually might not know where it is. So if you don't use the photo guides, if you find that kind of messy and hard to work with, if you don't like the level gauge, quite often I will just set that once and then maybe just flick it back off again. I use it more of a reference. So then if we were, for example, to switch into the full area AF, then we've just got a kind of a blank area and we don't really know where the middle of the frame is. So it's really good to have a reference in the middle of the frame. You're probably not going to want to be pointing everything right at the center to it, but it helps you with your composition to know where it is and if you want to offset things to it. So if we jump into the menu, we can go into the cog or the gear, and then we can go into the it's the second camera down, which is the monitor display video option, and we've got center marker, and if you click on it we've just got a few options in there. I mean, to be honest, these options are all pretty much the same. Like the biggest crosshair that you get in there is that, which is pretty tiny, I'm not gonna lie, it's not particularly big. And then you've got these ones that are just kind of split apart a little and they don't fully cross over, and then you've got a smaller version of the one that does cross over and another one like that. So you can make it as tiny as that and sort of that unobtrusive, but it is really useful just as like a quick reference, just to know, okay, that's the center of the shot. And if you want to offset things obviously to the side, or you want to just lock something right in the center and you're using this sort of full area AF, it's really useful because then you've actually got an idea of where that is. Because sometimes if you're looking through the viewfinder, or you're doing kind of run and gun stuff, I mean for me anyway, I quite often lose where the center of the shot is. So for me, I will usually use that reference marker, or I'll be using the photo grid lines or the level gauge, just to give me a good idea of where the center spot is. So yeah, hopefully that's been useful. If it has, give the video a like. If you want to see more content about the Panasonic GH6, then check out the playlist on this channel, and please subscribe.